Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I've got a different kind of video, a new kind of little series that I might make called the restriction prediction. I feel like with the Digimon card game, you don't really know what's coming up or what might be restricted, so it might be a good idea just to check these things out. We just recently had the US Nationals, and as much as people were probing their restriction predictions, I kind of felt like I had a bit of my own and my own say to say about it. Now, I don't think the US definitely governs what would be restricted. It's Japan that governs it. They just use the timing in conjunction with the US kind of thing, so they're doing it after nationals for a reason. So I feel like there are some cards we definitely needed to be able to check out. Now, Melga did not top in the top 32 to everyone's surprise. It has definitely been defeated by all the new upcoming decks such as Crossheart, of course Black War Grey, there was definitely a Grandis, and surprisingly, Allforce and Jesmon was also in there. So I find it funny that I would put this as a part of my restricted cards, but I feel like Melga is still a force to be reckoned with. If there's ever a restriction on Black War Grey, it will just take back to the top of the seat. So I believe the Greymon promo is something that everyone has been waiting for a long time to be restricted. As soon as you put this bad boy out, pretty much everything is just nullified, and they have game, pretty much, at least from my experience. So definitely where Greymon would be restricted. Oh wow, everyone didn't expect this. The Greymon X antibody, definitely one that has the protection and everything. If you have this in your stack, you're pretty much good. I know Yuya is extremely important for the deck, but I think this card is very much the excitement for all the Greymon players. I know people were saying to ban Hades Force, but I feel like Hades Force is very tribal operational. You would delete things based on your on the Greymon that's on field. If you don't have a Greymon on field, you can't really do anything with it. It's a very unpopular opinion, and that's totally fine. If you guys have your own opinions, please do try and comment, and if you haven't liked and subscribed already, gotta put that in there. So I feel like the Greymon X antibody is definitely something that's going to be hit, but I think that's an obvious choice for most people. Now, people might hate on me for this. Definitely will probably hate on me for this, but Grandis Kuwagamon is such a powerful deck. And this promo is the most expensive part of the deck, which means that it's also its heart. I tried playing a Grandis deck without this promo. It just didn't hit it off pretty much as good as it can. It's the only thing that can go over Black War Greymon, and I feel like a green card hasn't been banned for a while now. There was Argamon and Hidden Potential discovered, the first ban, which kind of killed green a little bit, but also, yellow has been suffering for ages with just Sylphimon, but I feel like Akuamon is definitely something that will get banned eventually. But if it's not now, it might be a bit later in the game. I feel like considering how much Black War Grey has topped in the Japanese format, definitely it's going to be, it's probably not going to be for this round. I'm hoping, at least for the green players. Another Spice card is actually one that hasn't been released in English yet, and it's from BT-12. This one is called 7th Full Cluster. The card effect is, when one of your Digimon digivolves into BT-11 X antibody, you're returning this card to the bottom of your deck. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. And the main is delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. Does this sound familiar? Because this is basically BT-11's version of Hades Force. It's even a 7 cost as well. I was looking at the Japan circuit, and BT-11 players have been topping. It's basically going to be a tier 0 deck, I believe, when it comes over in BT-12. Now, the only reason why it probably won't be is because purple is a very unpopular color, I guess, to play. It's meant to be one of the most complicated kind of things to play. It's the villain one as well. And it doesn't have a lot of main characters besides Impmon and BT-11 that's coming up. But considering the polls, even you guys have probably seen in Digimon Con, there was a shirt, and people had to vote for their favorite Digimon to be on the shirt, and it was happened to be BT-11 out of all of them. So in my opinion, I feel like 7th Full Cluster might actually get restriction. It might not be this restriction because I feel like BT-11 hasn't even come to the West. They kind of use Japan as a way of seeing things, because understandably so, it comes out. And then also they use Western card game market to like basically cement their decision. So I feel like in terms of that, this card I think will be extremely broken in the future. For black and red, I can't really see a card that will be restricted to one at this time. There was Ultimate Connection, but I feel like the DIGIMON deck really needs that card to function, and it's not something that you could kind of spice up into any other deck. So definitely I think work Greymon and Greymon X Antibody. Akumon probably later on in the line, and this one I feel like is basically a mini Hades Force. But the only reason I believe it won't be restricted for a long time is because purple just got their restriction, Calling from the Darkness. And considering the law of order, I would say in terms of colors, the next one definitely has to be blue. Ice Wall was ages ago, and it has to be Greymon X Antibody. I guess this is the black version as well. So guys, let me know what you think about it in the comments of my restriction prediction. I know I'm still a new player, but considering what I've been seeing and observing, I feel like this is definitely it. I would love to be able to have a video just about comments and stuff like that, but I want to hear your opinions for it and what the community thinks. Digimon's definitely not dead, and we've seen it probably this past weekend. I've like never seen so much hype before with the card game, because also it's like the first time Nationals has happened in person, I believe, for US. So this is a wonderful opportunity to be able to get into the game, but that means that a restriction hammer is definitely coming. So guys, I will see you for the next video. My deck profile videos will be coming up, and deck battle videos will be happening sooner or later. I'm just going to be a bit busy this week. Guys, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next video. Bye, Cubs!